I'm Andy Parkin, Managing Director of the Multi-Award Winning Speed Screed. I'm here today to talk about Self Levelling Screed Price. So what is Self Levelling Screed? I think you could classify it into two areas. It could be a smoothing compound that you're looking for, so a smoothing compound that's just going to go 3 or 5 mil just to take out the lumps and bumps of an existing floor. Or alternatively, it could be a levelling screed that goes up to 50 mil, 60 mil, and that could be the flow screed. Some people call it the pump screed, sort of calcium sulfate screed. So it could be that as well. So to give you a price, we're often asked, can you give us a price? Can you give us a ballpark figure? Well, it is quite difficult to be able to do that, because there are a number of variables. So what are those variables? Well, first of all, location of where your project is in relation to where the ready-mix company are based. So if you're literally just around the corner, there's going to be a difference in the price being cheaper. If you're 25 radials away, then the truck is away for half a day delivering to you, and so of course the cost is going to be greater. Whereabouts the plant is based also has a factor into how much the actual material itself costs, because its main two constituents, the sand and the binder, so the calcium sulfate binder, are going to have to travel into the plant. So can you get the quality of sand and the grading of sand locally? In some cases you can't, so it has to travel 50, 60 miles to get it into the plant to mix it. And also with the binder, there are two main manufacturers within the UK. So again, where you are in relation to those two manufacturers is going to affect that price of production. So that's one big cost. The other cost that you're going to see is in relation to productivity. So how big is the project? So if you're looking at a 1,500, 2,000 square meter job, which is feasible with a calcium sulfate screed, then the price is going to be lower per square meter, because the fixed costs are going to be divided into a much larger area. Whereas if you're looking at something that's a domestic size property, so say 100 square meters, you're dividing into a smaller, the labour into a smaller square meterage. So that's going to give you a higher price per square meter. If you was to reduce it further again, so if you was to do a 50 square meter, then that's going to give you extra cost, because you're going to have a delivery that isn't a full load. So it's going to have a truck mixer, but not full to capacity. So that's going to increase costs there. The depth of the screed is going to be a big factor. So if we're looking at the calcium sulfate, the flow screed at 50 mil, which is quite typical, and then you look at providing 75 mil of the product, so that's 50% more material, you can see that the price will increase quite substantially. So we're going to base it, the first example, on 50 mil. So at 50 mil, you would be looking at, on the larger areas, so 1,500 square meters approximately, so you'd be looking around about £10 per square meter. So for a 1,500 square meter project at 50 mil, you'd be looking at £10 a square meter. For a project that is 100 square meters, you'd be looking in the region of about £16 per square meter. And so you can see the difference there. For something that's 50 square meters, you're going to be looking about £25, £26 a square meter there. For the levelling compound, the smoothing compound, that's going to go at 3-5 mil, again the economies of scale come into play again. So if it's a large project, be able to get more meterage completed, and so you're looking at a typical 3 to 5 mil depth, you're going to be looking at a price of around £7 to £8 a square metre, based on 1,500 square metres a day. If you're looking at, say, 100 square metres, that's going to go up, and you might be looking at sort of £10, £11 a square metre. So I hope that gives you a ballpark figure that you can see whether the products are suitable for your projects. If you need something more accurate, please let me know. We'll be glad to get you some prices. Or if you've got any further questions, please get in touch. Thank you.